Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, today we're going to talk about a few essentials that I need every day that I think that you could also benefit from to help you become a more stylish, confident, and elevated man. Thank you for tuning in. All right, gentlemen. So the number one thing that I have to have that's a part of my daily essentials would have to be some grooming products. So number one would have to be a good shampoo. And for me, Head and Shoulders works the best. This is not a sponsored video, but this is just what works for me. I have very oily skin, so this breaks up all that oil and stops me from having to clean my face all day. So I always have to make sure I wash my hair on a daily basis. And then Cremo. You know, sometimes I forget to put on my signature fragrance, and Cremo covers that. This works for all seasons. This happens to be the Palo Santo, but you could use it in fall, winter, spring, summer. It's just an all seasonal, great smelling fragrance, which leaves you feeling fresh and clean. So I would recommend all of the Cremo soaps. And then always, you know, you want to have a facial regimen. And I think CeraVe has got to be one of the best ones out there. So, you know, if you look at their products, they have it for oily skin, for dry skin. And in my particular case, again, it's oily skin. So I use the CeraVe products for my face. I don't use anything else on my face. And I use a body scrubber or a facial scrubber to make sure that I'm not using a towel, because when you use a rag, you're putting bacteria back onto your face. So also another essential would be a face scrubber. They don't carry, any bacteria or hold any germs, and you can use them for at least a year before you change them out. All right, gentlemen. So another way to boost your confidence, here's another essential. A signature cologne. So lately for me, it's been Armaf Intense Men. So I would highly recommend you get yourself a signature fragrance, something that's going to make you feel confident, something that's going to leave an impression on everybody that you're around. Get a signature fragrance, something that everybody knows you by. And then definitely a facial moisturizer, not a body moisturizer, but I use, again, CeraVe. And this is, specifically for my face. And I don't put it all over my face. I kind of put it under the eyes, a little bit on the forehead. I'm getting older, so the wrinkles are starting to come and the skin is aging a little bit. So this also helps with that as well. And then you can't go wrong with, some Vaseline. Keep your lips, moist, man. You don't want to be talking to anybody with cracked lips. So, this is definitely a good thing to use at night before you go to bed. And then after you shower, a little bit on the face or chest. And then also this helps your, signature cologne last longer. So if you, take a shower and you moisturize with Vaseline, like around your chest or wherever you spray your cologne, arms, all of your pulse points, you spray the cologne after you put the Vaseline on, it'll just last even longer. So that's a great trick. So a signature fragrance along with some Vaseline is going to go miles. Okay, gentlemen, so another way to boost your confidence, another essential would be a pair of dark wash denim. So dark wash denim pretty much works with everything. It works with just a basic tee. You could dress it up with a sport coat. You could dress it down with the polo. So definitely get yourself a pair of dark wash jeans and also a few pair of chinos. And I would say start with tan, navy, and black. As the weather warms up, chinos are a little bit more elevated than a pair of dark wash jeans. You could definitely wear that with the sport coat, a nice dress shirt, and you could also dress down with a t-shirt as well. And chinos are very good with a pair of dress shoes, a pair of, minimalistic sneakers. So get yourself a pair of dark wash jeans and a few pair of chinos. All right, gentlemen, so let's talk about more essentials that I think you could use. So while we're on the subject of clothing items, another item that I stumbled across were the Collars and Company dress collar polos. So as the weather starts to warm up with spring approaching, this would be your best option. These, are dress collar polos that don't look like a polo. The only way someone would know is if you wear it that way. So basically you could dress these dress collar polos up with this blazer or a suit, and no one knows that you're wearing a short sleeve polo shirt. So they're very breathable, very comfortable, very easy to take care of. So I would highly recommend the Collars and Company dress collar polos. Dress them up, dress them down. They're absolutely perfect. Moving right along. So another essential item and something that will definitely help boost your confidence is a fresh pair of sneakers. So as the weather warms up, you're going to be out, you're going to be moving around. So for me, it's the Thursday sneakers. I like the white minimal sneakers, and I also like the tan minimal sneakers. So I would highly recommend you guys take a look at the Thursday sneakers. They are very good looking with a pair of chinos, a pair of jeans. You could dress them up. They're just a very simple, very casual pair of shoes that could be dressed up. And at the same time, they keep you relevant and you don't look like a try-hard. Along with the grooming and, dressing better, let's talk about another daily essential and something that would definitely boost your confidence, and that's a workout regimen. So I would highly suggest you get yourself to the gym at least 3 to 4 times out of the week. Take the time out, whether it's early in the morning or in the afternoon or evening after you work. Get to the gym, because that's going to also boost your confidence. When you're well groomed, well dressed, and you know that you've been hitting the gym, that's going to bring your confidence level way up. You're going to be ahead of so many other guys, because a lot of guys just won't take the time to get to the gym. And trust me, the ladies and everyone around you will notice that you work out. So definitely get to the gym, because that's going to make you feel better, look better, and boost your self-esteem. I try to get there at least 4 times out of the week, and sometimes 5. Usually on the weekends, I try to take a break from it, just to heal up. But, I push myself to at least go, 4 to 5 times out of the week. So get into the gym. Without good health, you're nothing. You could have all the money, clothes, cars. If you're not feeling good, you just can't enjoy it. And for me, I'm dealing with some health issues myself, gentlemen, and I'm going to take a video to talk about it. But, I'm dealing with cancer. So I got diagnosed in 2022 with colon cancer. So I'm gonna touch on it in another video. I have a surgery coming up on Monday, and I'm just gonna take the camera with me and just record as much as I can. So I would highly suggest that you guys go get a colonoscopy. When you're in your late 30s, early 40s, you don't think about a colonoscopy, but I highly suggest just go get it. Go get checked out. Find a regular doctor. Let the doctor check you out. Go to the fucking doctor. That's all I got to tell you. If I had to just follow my own advice some years ago, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in. But you know what? I've learned a lot about myself, about life, and about people. So, from my heart, I'm telling you to go to the fucking doctor, get a checkup, and don't end up in the situation that I'm in. Guys, I truly appreciate you watching my videos. I had the courage to do a fashion channel / lifestyle channel and talk about the things that I'm passionate about. And I'm going to also take you on my health journey as well. I've kind of been hiding the fact that I'm sick. I know I don't look sick, but I'm very, very sick. And, I'm not saying this for you to feel sorry for me, but, continue to watch my videos and, take whatever advice that I give you, use it for yourself. But thank you so much for watching, man. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.